Can be very demanding when you are trying to conceive, or you recently put to birth, or you're pregnant. It can be very demanding to fit in with your sex life. I know what that means. I know how demanding it is. Being on my preconception journey has shown me that you would not always be in the mood for sex with your spouse, and you would probably even lose your sexual groove. This video is going to be telling you how you can get your sexual intimacy back with your partner without having to do so much, especially if you're trying to conceive, or you're recently postpartum, or even when you're pregnant. I have 6 most important juicy things that can help you get your sexual groove back, and so I'm going to be sharing with you. But before then, I want to ask you to go to the description button right now and check out my ebook on improving your sexual intimacy with your spouse. They have shared in details information that would help you on your journey to improving your sexual intimacy with your spouse. It is selling for just 2,000 naira, and I'm going to be counting on you to purchase it. So now let's dive right in. Now, before I dive right in, let me just say this YouTube channel, I come here every time to share my journey on my preconception journey, and also promote hope and the mental health of mothers who are planning a baby, who are pregnant, and who are postpartum, and also couples who are interested in promoting their mental health generally. But today I want to talk about sex. So guys, my name is Edidiong Michael Ishala. I am the founder of Make Earth Cares. At Make Earth, we promote the mental health of mothers during the perinatal period, which is a combination of the preconception, pregnancy, and the postpartum period. So let's talk about how you can get your sexual groove back. Yes, is it possible to get your sexual groove back, especially when the emotions are high up there, and for trying to conceive mothers, and mostly postpartum mothers, and maybe even pregnant mothers? There are those growing concerns about maybe losing your groove. But before I share my tips, I want you to understand that there are so many sexless marriages out there. Yes, just so you know, there's so many marriages that are struggling to get their sexual groove back. And if you are there right now, you're seeing this, I'm sending you hugs and kisses. And just before you're done watching this video, you would get all the juicy information that will help you get your sexual groove back. Whether you think that your body is stiff and your partner cannot just enjoy you like they used to, or whether you think that your partner is not allowing you getting there as they used to at the beginning, or whether you guys have been trying and you're just tired, just like, man, can we just get pregnant without having sex? I'm just going to share with you things that would give you that groove back, and that feeling of excitement that you had when you just got married back. So yes, let's establish one fact. Number one thing that you need to realize is that sex is more of a thing of a mind. It's a psychological thing, and so you have to spend your time nurturing and fostering emotional connection with your spouse by understanding their needs and trying to meet their needs, and also understanding your own needs and communicating it to them in a very respectful way. Yes, this is very important. So how do you say that you have a need? How do you say, or how do you speak with your partner? Not necessarily your sexual needs. It could be any other thing. Maybe you want them to help you with changing the diapers, or help you stay up with the baby. How do you communicate this need? Do you communicate it in a toxic pattern, or do you communicate it in a way that just makes your partner look at you and just wonder, this one is demanding for so much? So yes, number one thing you have to realize is that you have to communicate your needs in a way that is respectful and doesn't come off like you are being disrespectful. Number two thing that you have to realize is that you have to stop trying to control everything. There's a place of showing vulnerability in sex. Now, before you guys get down to sex, there are a lot of things that happen just before sex takes place, right? So you have to stop trying to control everything. For example, someone like me, I like the blackboard lifestyle, so I live that blackboard lifestyle. I try to live it out, so I drop schedules and all of that. You have to come down from that level of trying to control everything or trying to get things done, and just make sure controlling, if you're a control freak, and show more vulnerability. Now, when you show more vulnerability and show that you're struggling in some ways, it creates a sense of connection with your spouse. So you have to come down from your high level of control and try to show vulnerability. So what showing vulnerability and struggle does for you, because sometimes when you are with your spouse, you want to create like everything is all right, or you want to put up a face, or want to act like, oh, you're strong. But it's okay to come down and express your struggles with them. When you express your struggles, it sort of like gives you a sense of connection. Now, this is for both men and women. You must come to a point where you show your vulnerability. So as a man, I know it can be difficult. A lot of times you hear things like, oh, don't share that thing with that lady. She's not matured enough to handle it. But you need to come to a place where you realize that showing vulnerability and communicating your vulnerability creates a sense of connection with you and your spouse. The third thing that you have to do is to realize that criticizing and coming off too strong on your spouse would create a disconnection. There is no how sexual activities are going to take place or be interesting in a place where you are constantly criticizing, coming off so strong, or trying to, just get it done and dusted, especially for the trying to conceive couples. You just want to get it done and dusted, let this one just be the one. I beg, I'm already tired, but giving it time, allowing yourself to experience that time that you are with your spouse without coming off so strong, without criticize your spouse, right? When you're doing that, you're going to disconnect yourselves. Connection is going to be difficult. And remember our first point, sex is more of the thing of the mind, and you have to spend time trying to make everywhere calm and make everywhere connected in your mind for it to happen naturally and flow as natural as it used to be at the beginning. Remember, at the beginning there was all oxytocin everywhere and everybody was so excited. So you have to find a way to create that same environment again, and you can do that by reinforcing the right words and less criticism. So now let's talk about what you can do, especially if you are postpartum and even if you are preconception. Now, exercises after birth is very important, and take note, I'm not talking about strenuous exercises can be on one spot, making sure that you are just relieving yourself of the stiffness of some of the things that have happened. Remember, your body has changed, so you can just move around on one spot, trying to get yourself active enough just so that your body starts loosening up. Now, pay attention to the kind of meals that you eat. Now, meals might not affect sex directly, but it does indirectly. If you pay attention to your body, you can tell the kind of meals that you eat that sort of like makes you a little bit horny or gives you that sexual feeling. So pay attention to your body and take note of the meals that you eat. I hear some people say some nuts help them feel a little bit hornier than they should. So engage in meals, healthy meals, cut down your calorie intake, and try to make sure that whatever it is that you are eating, makes down there feel smooth and easy to, and the sexual mood just trying to come around. I'm not saying that they should keep it up there in your head so much, but these are the little aspects that you have to work on to get your groove back. And then for the men, in the same way, you have to understand that you have to understand the sexual needs of your spouse, especially if they just delivered. So when they are not forthcoming, you guys can sit down and decide what means you can use to get yourself back in that. When you are in the bedroom, the fifth thing now, guys, when you're in the bedroom, it is important that you keep aside all those household troubles and chores that are messed up the whole day, about your children if you have kids, or about your baby, or about some other person, or something that is not going to allow emotional connection in the bedroom, or something that was just going to spin up fights, unnecessary fights. I know that sometimes that happens even with me. So you guys have plans to have sex, and the next thing, conversations come in, and you guys are already in the mood already before somebody says something, and you're like, that's how you did it. So you need to avoid conversations that don't allow the connection to take place. Now, it might not always end in sex, but it's important to build those connections, and those connections build through, you know, saying nice things to yourself intentionally, or just lying there and playing music and enjoying that time and making sure that the environment is serene and cool and smells nice. It could just promote, you know, a sexual connection that you guys would not have even imagined. Now, the sixth thing, guys, the sixth thing, and this is the most important. I had to learn it. Yes, I had to. It is something that I myself experienced. Now, when you and your partner are not just finding your sexual groove back, or you've lost it somewhere and you can't really tell, you need to bear in mind that sexual lack of sexual attraction in marriages is mostly not because of the other party, but because of the other person who is probably not interested at the time. Maybe they are going through their own personal struggles and they just need to come around. So it's important to give it time. It is important to give it time. Give it time for the process to go through, and when the process actually goes through, you guys can find your groove back. Don't force it, which is very important. Don't force it. If you communicate it and the person says, oh, I'm fine, and he's not willing to speak about it just yet, give it time. Do all the other 5 that I have mentioned, and then your spouse will eat interpersonal issues. And when we realize this, it will help us know that it is not about us. Most importantly, sometimes it could be about their own personal struggles, and it's your place to show empathy and kindness to your spouse, so that when they come around or when they need someone to talk to, they can find you, and that way you can still build your emotional connection. Guys, these are the six magical things I've shared with you that can help you get your sexual life back with your partner. Now, there are other things that you can use. You can use whilst you wait for your sexual life to get back, and you're really horny, or you really want to have, get that connection with your spouse, or you're trying to conceive. You can try out using some lubricants that are healthy, that don't kill sperm cells, and will help improve, give you that sense of connection with your spouse. I recommend the use of lubricants, just so that you don't get hurt, or you just find a way to get natural lubricants, or eat meals that just gets you more slippery down there, and that way sex will be enjoyable between you and your spouse. I hope I have been able to share with you, tips that will help you get your sexual groove back. Thank you so much for watching up until this point. I know that for you to get up to this point, this video probably interested you and gave you value. So now it's a good time to give it a thumbs up. If you don't like this content, you can give it a dislike. I want to know whether this content is valuable to you or not. If you'd like me to talk about something else, drop it in the comment section. If you think you want to add something to what I say, or maybe disagree with some of the points I made, I'm happy to read from you and to do better on this journey with you guys. Just drop it in the comment section. Remember to share this video, because a couple out there might just be needing this information to save their marriage and to improve their sexual life. So share this video. Also subscribe if you are new to this place and you're watching this video for the first time. Subscribe and engage with us. I am happy to engage with you. So now when I say you should like, subscribe, share, and connect with me, I do this because when you do it, YouTube tells more people that, oh, this content is valuable, and people are viewing it, so they show it to more people out there so that they can connect and solve more of their problems. Remember to go ahead and click the description button to get my ebook on improving your sexual life with your partner. That ebook is selling at just 2,000 naira, and I'm happy to connect with you. If you want to send me a private message on WhatsApp, you'll find a link in the description button. Until I come your way again, where I'm going to be talking more about different things that will promote your mental health. It's been my time here, and I will see you on the next.